Oh man. Actually, can I do this? Will you stick to this? Nope. Even though that looks like metal, it is not metal. I don't know where to put this so I can. My gimbal is charging for a few minutes, everybody. Wow, so I figured I could at least get the stream up while I put my shoes on, let it charge for a little bit, because it'll take about that long. And then we can get going. Gosh dang, I'm way later than I wanted to be. So I'm gonna have to do a double run today. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I think we'll run up towards the hospital maybe, and then come back in some way. I'm not sure how. I need to get my... Of course you did an update. Here we go. That is up. Okay, I gotta set this down. Will it work right here? Okay, that'll work. I can't put my shoes on when I only have one hand and get all the stream up. Okay. This is still goofy. I'm actually not feeling 100% today. I felt, after the run yesterday, I was feeling pretty good. And then I don't know, like around mid-afternoon, I just started feeling really crappy. And it was like that. Like I just kept feeling worse and worse until I went to bed last night. I woke up today feeling a whole lot better than I did yesterday. But I can still tell. And I think a lot of it is just my sinuses acting up from the weather, the difference in weather, because that's just what it feels like. But my neck feels like I was having muscle spasms actually before I fell asleep last night. I actually took some anti-inflammatory to see if that would help, because I don't have any muscle relaxant, but I mean, it seemed to help. I still feel it today. Like yesterday, it just, I talked about how it felt like piano wire. Well, it's still not like that. It's still tight. It doesn't hurt as bad though. I can still feel it, but not near as bad as it did yesterday. But like as the night got later last night, like around dinner time, I started to feel my lymph nodes as well. And so I don't know if it was a reaction to my neck being all jacked up or what. That's why I started feeling like I was getting sick. But my sinuses, like this morning, are a little bit clogged. But I don't know. And I look really tired. Holy cow. Well, I am really tired. I don't know why, because I slept pretty good. But I have huge I'm looking at there's a delay on my screen over here for the stream manager, and man, I got some bags under my eyes. Okay, let's figure out what coat I want to wear. It's really chilly outside, so the real feel is like in the teens. Actually, it might not be that bad now, because we're about an hour later from when I looked. It was 27 degrees an hour ago, with the real feel being in like the high teens, but who knows. doesn't look like there's any breeze whatsoever. So it might actually be a little bit better. Oh, there's a new podcast on Free Trail with Eric Sensman, who announced the other day in the thing after his last race that he was going to retire. Okay. Well, my gimbal isn't on red anymore, so that's a good thing. We'll give her just a couple more minutes here to at least get a little bit of a charge before we leave. Because I don't have my spare one is out in the van. I found this one. This is like my very first one I ever had. And it has 0 battery. I don't even know if it works. No idea. There would be a reason why I didn't use this one anymore, and I think it's because I think this is the one where the battery doesn't charge anymore. Because it got wet. This would be the one that I went through the tropical storm when I ran that when it was a tropical storm. Why is that so hard to say? Tropical storm. For some reason, there's an ad in progress on Twitch, which is funny. It says ad in progress. But I don't have any viewers. That was strange. So somehow my Twitch was running an ad, and I have it set on like the lowest thing. So I ran an ad, and I didn't have any viewers. So it was like, who are you running an ad for? Okay, so we got less than an hour. I have to be back here because Air Viper Running is going live at 10, I think. I better double check. Oh, excuse me. How am I going to check this? I think I can do it on here. Why aren't you showing me what I want to see? Who am I on here? Which account am I logged in as? So I think this is, I'm not sure. Okay, we're just gonna wait a couple minutes. It says 10 a.m. and I think that's 10 a.m. my time. I'm so confused. but there's a live stream. Okay, we're gonna give her just a couple more minutes on my gimbal. For Cole Crosby's FKT attempt, his kickoff show is today, and I don't want to miss it. Because I have a connection with Cole Crosby and Aeroviper already, so he's a really good guy. So interested to see if I interact in the chat, then that also is good PR for me, so I need to get a video finished today. I need to do that. I have been goofing off, totally unmotivated the last few days, so to do any video editing. I'll sit down, I'll open up the program, do a couple cuts, and then I'm like, this is boring, and I start doing something else. Yesterday when I did that, I was looking for a cable that I could use for my camera, and I opened up one of my boxes that had all my old Nintendo stuff in it, so I hooked up my Super Nintendo, I should say. I don't have a cable to do my regular Nintendo, and I only have one game for the Nintendo 64, which is GoldenEye. I don't know what happened to all the other games, but I could easily pick up or set up my Nintendo 64 as well. But anyways, I set up my Super Nintendo. So then I ended up playing Super Mario World for like 2 hours yesterday, which I think I can stream. So I might do that. Maybe tonight we'll do a stream of Super Mario World. But anyways, we are going to... Let's go up here. Okay, I think I might have enough to make it an hour. We'll see. Okay. Set this down. You guys are going to go all whoop-de-doo on me for a second as it connects. I don't know why the default is that. Why can I not? My old gimbal, I can set the default to be this way. This is a much fancier gimbal, and I can't set the default to be this way. Like, what the hell? Or at least I can't figure out how to do it. I checked. You go into the Mimo app, which is what connects to the gimbal, and there's nothing in there to set a default to be this direction. Okay, I need my hat and my gloves. We're gonna do this. I don't feel motivated to run. This is more just to get out and make sure I get a run in. I'm gonna blow my nose really fast, or attempt to. And the reason why I know my sinuses is because of the weather change or environmental change, is because they're not filled with anything. They're just constricted. And whenever my sinuses get constricted, it's because of environmental factors, not because I'm like getting sick or anything like that. Because if I was getting sick, then I'd have tons of goop in my sinuses. There's no goop in my sinuses. They're just constricted. I'm not gonna lie, I do not feel like going for a run. I wonder if we should just go do a loop around I don't know. I'm gonna need my sunglasses. I don't know. I do need to get organized. I still have boxes everywhere. This one just needs to go to the garbage. My actual bedroom is just packed full of stuff, which I could organize if I just went to Walmart and bought a few things, like just some cheap plastic, like those plastic drawer sets that I could use for my clothes. Perfectly fine. Okay, keys are zipped up in the pocket. Gosh dang, I just peed. Now I feel like I gotta pee again. I can make it 40 minutes or so. Disorienting walking down the stairs with my sunglasses on, because it's kind of changes your whatever. Okay, I'm gonna change camera views because I don't know why or how to fix it, and it's not just me, it's a lot of people. But the audio is delayed. My mouth moves before the words come out, or vice versa. Maybe the words come out before my mouth moves. I think we're gonna run up towards the hospital, I think, or I don't know. We could come back, do a similar route. Actually, maybe go through Rears Village and take that over, and then jump on the road that we were on the other day, and then come back through the Mansion District. Maybe we'll do that, because going towards the hospital is boring. Yeah, it is every bit of 27 degrees out here. It is chilly. I'm just gonna walk up to the street, give a chance for all this traffic to go by, and then we will go. Because people be stupid coming through here. Even though it's a huge pedestrian walkway that they have to stop for. People don't care or pay attention. You get a lot of little kids in this area. I mean, there's a big toy store right here. So I always drive through there cautious like. But, gosh dang, I'm gassy today. It is just been hard for me to get motivated to run every morning. Like today, I tried to be ready to go live at 8. I even, I don't know if you saw my Twitch story, but I even, put on there
15 minutes before 8. And then I don't know, I just got stuck doing not even things I needed to be doing. Like just like shiny object, you know, type of stuff. Like, ooh, shiny thing. Ooh, it is chilly out here. My face is frozen already. It doesn't help that I get so antsy. There's a reason. I mean, well, there's the main reason why my bed is actually set up in my I guess you could say living room or living space is because I did have before I got my bed, I had, you know, I took that's where I put all my boxes for my storage unit, well, everything for my storage unit in there. And I could have easily, when I got my bed, moved everything out of there and put it in there. But two things, I haven't actually had like a separate room, you know, for like a bedroom or anything like that for like 4 years. Because even when I was in DC, I had a studio, so everything was right there. Just one big room. Oh. And then, you know, living in my van, it's like everything is right there. It's like I used to at nighttime being able to, which I'm not a big advocate of having a TV in your bedroom, but in the van, it's all one big room. So, and I sit on my bed and watch TV at night before I fall asleep. So, because that's the only time I get to, when I say watch TV, I'm not like watching TV. It's like Twitch or YouTube is what I'm doing. Occasionally an Amazon Prime show. But so that's what I've gotten used to for the last 4 years. And like I get all antsy, like because like before I even moved anything in there, in my apartment, I just had my bedroll set up in the bedroom on the floor. I had my camping mats and tons of blankies and everything. You know, so it was nice and soft and everything. But I just was going crazy. Like, because I had to do that about, 3 or 4 days. So it wasn't until later that I was able to, like, have a bed and everything. But then when I started moving out everything in my storage shed, you know, I put it all in there and I moved the little bedroll to the living room area, and I felt more at ease. But even then, before I left for my race in California and Arizona and everything, just being in an actual apartment, I started getting all like antsy and whatever. And as soon as I got back into the van and being in the van for a while, I felt so much better. And so now I've only been back for what, like 4 days? And I'm already feeling that way again. Actually, I need to go a couple more blocks that way, but I think we'll just go up here until we hit across street, I guess. I think we gotta get around the school somehow. Usually I would have turned up there a lot. About 3 blocks back, I would have just turned up street. I figured I'd try and go down some streets I never go here in the Mansion District, where we can run through the leaves. So yeah, I'm already like, and then the cold weather doesn't help for me being like stuck inside and all that. So part of me is like, oh man, I just want to head south. But I told myself I'm not going to do that until I get all these videos edited and uploaded and all that, and figure out what my schedule is going to be. So, because if I'm going to be gone, like if I have to be back, once I know when I have to be back, I'll be able to plan my stuff better. Okay, so this is typically where we go up. So we might just continue up. Usually we're coming down from right there. But because this will get us around the school. Because the school is off to my right a block. And it takes up like 2 by 3 blocks or something like that. So you have to go around it. But, ooh, it's uphill. And we still got more uphill. Okay. Today's run's kicking my butt, so we gotta walk this a little bit. But yeah, anyways, once I find out when I need to be back here, then I can plan leaving. Because there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I need to in order for me to train, I need to be somewhere where it's not going to be snowy and icy. Problem is finding that spot, because I don't need to be running mountain trails. In fact, a big part of my success in this next training block will be speed. And I can't do speed work on mountain trails. This is a road race I'm training for. So I gotta figure out like some good places I can do that at. So there's some areas around Black Canyon that'll work, because where I was at before on the Black Canyon Trail, those sections there are relatively not technical, and I can get some speed work done, and there's even some roads that I can utilize. But like where I like to go down by Tucson, that is not conducive Let's see, this is the one we want. This is Halter. And because there's no roads that are nice and long or anything. It's all mountain running around there. There is a place out. What is it? Starts with a W. I don't know if it's Winslow or Winthrop or something. But there's an area out there that I like. And it definitely has. There's no trails to speak of, really. There's a few, but not like what you would consider trails. But there's a lot of road. It's all BLM land, and there's like a little state park. I guess not really a state park. It's like an OHV recreation area, I guess, that is out there a little ways. But that road doesn't get a lot of traffic on it. And the only problem with it is, depending on where you're at, cell signal is iffy. Like, you can get 3 bars in some spots, and then you move like 100 yards and you get 1 bar. So it's crazy in that, or not as convenient in that aspect. The Starlink has 0 obstructions, so that's good. But for somebody who's still not at 100% on the batteries, it limits the activity I can do. We'll see. And then, so I guess all that being said is, once I find out when I need to be back here, which will be sometime mid to late January, most likely, then I could back plan and figure out when I'm going to leave here. The one thing that sucks is I was looking forward to going to there's a little national seashore, I don't think it's a park, but essentially, same type of thing. I think it's technically a state park on the Gulf of Mexico that you can drive out, spend a couple weeks out on, and I was looking forward to being able to do that. But if I do that, that is going to severely impact my training. So like the earliest I'd be able to do that would be into February. So I got to figure out, best things to do. Like, North Rim is actually a great place for me to do some training because there's lots of roads. The trails are undulating, but you're not like doing any climbing up mountains or anything. And you can get miles and miles every day out there. And I can live stream fairly consistently, as you guys saw with last week last few days I was up there. Okay, this is Grant. I think it's Cleveland we want to turn down. And we'll be coming back across Grant, but we want to go to Cleveland. We were at. Yeah, we're doing good for time. too much food yesterday too. I think yesterday it was pretty chilly in my apartment, but I don't want to have I have baseboard heating, so I don't want to have a exorbitant power bill. Here's Cleveland. We could go actually here, hold on everybody, maybe we'll pull an audible. I want to see what time it is. 9:24. Nope, I cannot pull an audible. I was gonna say we could go down to Henderson and go all the way back down to the park, but can I do that in 35 minutes? No, because that's almost 4 miles. Which today, most days, yes. Today, no. So we'll just go back down through the Mansion District. But anyways, what was I saying? So Northern would be good, but the weather right now is like this there. So it was getting down into the 20s. The highs were getting a little bit warmer. It was getting up into the mid to high 60s. So for that area, like right now, the weather was great. But I can guarantee it's going to, I think this is University. So this is what we want to go back on. So the weather was great. But that is not the normal for this time of year. And then there's an area below the rim, or the rim of the plateau is what I mean, also sits below Vermilion Cliffs, that I could move to, which the weather is typically warmer. So when it's cold and snowy up on the north rim, Kaibal Plateau, it is typically a few degrees warmer and no snow. So the cold there for me is not an issue in my van, because typically it's the coldest it gets is in the mid 20s. My van stays, even without a heat source, between my body heat and cooking and stuff, it is typically, like 40 degrees, I would say, is as low as it gets. Now if it drops below that, then I start dipping down pretty cold in the van, to where I have to use a little propane heater or something. Or if I have full battery charge, I have a little electric heater that I can use. But I cannot believe how much that thing sucked in the power. It's really weird how much that thing sucks power, because it's just a tiny little space heater, and used for a little indoor, most people for like a little office to put by their feet. And it is there's a big old buck. Holy cow, look at that guy. He is searching for the ladies too. Man, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4x4. He is a little 4x4. And he is licking his lips off of those ladies right there. I didn't even see him because the sun was shining right into my face. But I don't think he was happy me being there. It's like, those are my ladies. Anyways, I actually need to see if I gotta find somewhere today to sight in my rifle. Should be a nice enough day out. Did bore sight, but the other issue is I don't know if I can get up into my hunting area because there's probably some ice and snow. Like if I still had my truck, it wouldn't be an issue. But my van, even though it's, realistically, the all-wheel drive and everything on my van, I'm actually going to run over on this side of the, no, we'll run on this side of the road. Less sun in the face over here. Colder though, that's why I wanted to go into the sun, but we'll just run on this side. Anyways, the all-wheel drive on my van actually is just as good as most four-wheel drive vehicles, because I can turn off the anti-slip stuff, the traction control stuff, and slam it down into basically a lock mode. And I think just it works. Like it's almost like being in 4-low with lockers, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But the weight distribution on it is what gets a little iffy when the roads are really icy and snowy. It likes to, if there's a slight slope on the road, it's like, yeah, I want to go off the road, and that's where it gets iffy. I have great tires for, getting up into those type of areas. It actually, they're definitely not highway tires, let's put it that way. You can hear and feel it. But that's what you need to go to the places I go. I do still, it'll probably be 3 years from now, I plan on doing the drive down to Argentina. So I would leave here probably around, oh geez, the hard part is you got to time it perfect. So when you're crossing the Andes, there's one crossing from Chile to Argentina, I think. It might be one of those other countries like Uruguay or Paraguay or something like that. Bolivia, maybe, I don't know. Where you cross the Andes. They got to make sure you time it not in the middle of their winter, which would be July, August time frame. Also taking into account that there's it's going to take you anywhere from like 3 weeks to a month or more to get your van from Mexico to Colombia, or not Mexico, Panama to Colombia, to go through the Darien Gap, because it has to be boated. And it's expensive. It's like, I want to say $3,000 in order to do it. Something like that. And then once it gets to Colombia, it could take a few weeks to get it through customs. So that is the long part. But, I mean, when I go to do it, I'm just, I don't know, which way do we want to go? We got 20 minutes, essentially. So I think we'll just run back. We're going to get a 5K, which is about what I was expecting to get anyways. Guess we could run up to the cathedral. It looks really cool in this light. But before I do that, I need to get a lift put onto my van, as well as a winch. So, because there's certain roads you will definitely want that. Because I've heard, especially in Venezuela, well, there's quite a few roads even in Central America that are that way, but Venezuela and Chile, I want to say, is what I've seen. There's some roads where you definitely want to make sure you have winch and some higher clearance. Let's go this way. We'll go this way, and then we'll take this cross street and go straight up to the cathedral. I don't think it's this street, though. I think it's the next one. And by street, I mean cross street, not the one we're on. I think it's the one on the other end of that old the building that looks all what is that, like with the columns and everything, looks like it's from Greek or whatever. I don't remember what that style is called. You see it in DC a lot, but that is now, it was the old Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance building. Now it's the police station, which they used to be all tucked into this tiny little building up at where the city jail is. So it was nice that they were able to make a deal and buy this building, because it's huge. Gives them a lot more room than they had before, because it was ridiculous before. Building was built, it was Blue Cross Blue Shield was called Montana Life Insurance Company. Montana Life Insurance Company. Yep, this is the street we want. So we can run all the way up to the cathedral, which, since they don't have the scaffolding on, looks pretty cool, especially in the morning sun. It looks even better at night, like sunset time, or even like night. Can't see. Yeah, we got light. The way the glare is, I can't even see the walk sign, but it's there. They do. I got it on tape. of funny. The two biggest churches here, the Methodist Church, which is this huge, more modern building, and the Catholic Cathedral are right next to each other. We want to get over on that side. We need to turn this way. There's not a good crossing to get across up here because they completely changed the intersection. Mostly because there's this new school right here, which used to be a school way back in the day. And then when there was an earthquake here, I don't remember when it was, a while ago, they had to close the school, and they finally, because of population growth and everything, they had to, they secured the funds to rebuild the school there. I mean, the school district already owned the property. Couldn't do anything with the building because it was deemed unsafe. So somewhere up here, maybe we'll try and find it, is my favorite tree in the whole city. It's an old mansion. I mean, a lot of these are old mansions. Like, this is an old mansion that's now a bed and breakfast. And we're not even in the mansion district, but there's still old mansions here. Even the old governor mansion is up here, which, by the way, is way bigger and more impressive than the brand new governor's mansion, which it's not really brand new. It's still probably like 30, 40 years old. Okay, this is don't ask me why it's my favorite tree, but this is definitely my favorite tree. Right here. It is so impressive, so old, and in the, oops, now my gimbal's doing some crazy things, and this is a bed and breakfast here too. The Sanders old mansion. (1863) when that house was built. There was a lot of money back in the late 1800s, early 1900s here, and there's still that generational wealth. This is the old governor's mansion right here. The original governor's mansion, I should say. But yeah, we're gonna run down this way, all the way down to, I need to cross the street though. Stop sign back there, so I should be able to catch a break after this car goes by. Let's find out. But there's still a lot of that old generational wealth here in this city by just a few select families. And they have a lot of influence. Where, like, for years and years, up until just recently, they wouldn't allow a lot of like businesses to come into Helena, like the bigger business. And by bigger, I don't mean like size-wise, but by like chain type restaurants or other type of stuff like that. Why are you going so slow, car? What the hell? Must be confused where they're turning and everything, where they're trying to go. And it's like, it was on, I saw it on like the local newspapers thing the other day. It's like a huge thing because Chick-fil-A is going to come to town. I'm like, that tells you how sad this town is when Chick-fil-A moving in is huge news. And I guess it was like that. It was, why will you not change? There we go. Come on, watch. I need to turn that thing off to where I guess I can leave it on. But I guess before like I ever got here the first time, which was quite a culture shock for me, moving from Bozeman to here back in 2011. Gosh, no, 2007. Wow, that was a long time ago. But the parrot is hiring. Maybe I should see if I can get a part-time job there. That'd be awesome. Learn their secrets. I don't even know where my thought was going on that. But whatever. It don't matter now. My tattoo artist they're going to a newer, better spot. I'm actually excited. I think it's going to be an awesome spot for him. A better location as far as for them. Like, it's not in a historical area, but it's a more high traffic visibility. Parking situation is better, and it gives them more room for less money since it's not in the historical section. But anyways, he was telling me the difference in their rent, what it's going to be. The crane is getting ready to move. And so I was like, gosh dang, for this tiny little space, that's how much you pay for rent? I was like, that means like this big thing over here that I was curious about. I can't even imagine how much that would cost. Like, there's no wonder nobody's in there. They wouldn't be able to pay the lease. I don't know how you would be able to afford something like that. But okay, well, that was I mean, it was a decent run, but by no means a far run. We did. I've gotten rid of it because I was looking to see what time it is, but I know we hit the 4 mile mark up there, so probably, I don't know, 4.5 miles maybe. But I got 10 minutes to get upstairs and get logged on, and everything for this live stream that I will be jumping on, and then figure out what I'm going to do the rest of the day. It's such a nice day out that I really should try and go sight in my rifle, but I just don't know if I'm going to be able to actually hunt. That's the problem. Don't know if I'm going to be able to actually hunt. But anyways, I got to get going, everybody. Please follow me on Twitch if you don't already, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hopefully I'll get a video uploaded today, by the end of today. I might go live later playing some Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo since I got it hooked up. And follow me on my socials. But I love y'all. and I will see you guys next time.